Imagine a time when sex was driven by pure survival instincts, not love or desire as we know it today. For our prehistoric ancestors, sex was a tool to ensure the survival of the species, a primal act intertwined with the need for food, protection, and a secure future. Contrast this with how we approach sex today, where emotional intimacy, pleasure, and connection play an equal or larger role. How did we get from that simple survival-driven act of the past to the complex, emotionally charged experiences we navigate today? For early humans, particularly species like Homo erectus, sex was likely brief, instinctual, and largely based on reproductive cycles. It wasn't about attraction, pleasure, or emotional connection. It was purely about ensuring the continuation of the tribe. In contrast, modern humans have developed a far more intricate understanding of sex, with a focus on emotional satisfaction, compatibility, and personal connection. While reproduction is still a key motivator for many, sex in the modern world often involves considerations of mutual consent, emotional fulfillment, and even personal identity. The physical differences between prehistoric humans and modern humans also played a role in shaping how they approach sex. Prehistoric humans had a much more direct and primal relationship with sex, driven by biological instincts and the constant threat of environmental dangers. They didn't have the luxury of long-term relationships or emotional bonds that developed over time. Sex was primarily for reproduction. Today, modern humans engage in sex not only for reproduction, but as a means of bonding, pleasure, and emotional intimacy. Our advanced brains and complex social structures have made sex a more multifaceted experience, often tied to love, desire, and connection beyond mere survival. Sex was also a key part of social cohesion for early humans, just as it can be today. In small tribes, prehistoric humans used sex as a way to form alliances, reduce group tensions, and maintain unity. This was less about the individuals involved and more about the survival and stability of the group as a whole. In the modern world, sex is often deeply tied to personal relationships and emotional connection. It's no longer just a survival mechanism, but a way to express love, intimacy, and trust between individuals. The idea of sex as a form of social bonding has evolved, shifting from a communal survival strategy to an individual pursuit of pleasure and emotional fulfillment. While prehistoric humans didn't have the luxury of emotional attachment or the complex cultural norms surrounding sex that we have today, attraction still played a role in mate selection. Early humans likely valued physical traits that indicated good health and fertility, such as strong hips, clear skin, and symmetrical features. In modern times, these same traits might still be subconsciously important, but they are often secondary to emotional attraction and compatibility. We now seek partners who complement us emotionally, intellectually, and physically, and sex has evolved into a means of reinforcing these deeper connections. As human brains evolved and the complexity of social structures grew, sex began to shift from a purely reproductive act to one that also involved emotional bonds. Early humans likely had brief sexual encounters driven by hormonal cycles. But as human society developed, so did the importance of pair bonding and love. Today, oxytocin, the hormone associated with bonding, plays a crucial role not just in childbirth, but during sexual intimacy, fostering a deep emotional connection. Modern relationships often involve long-term emotional bonds, with sex becoming a way to reinforce trust, intimacy, and mutual affection. Perhaps the most significant difference between prehistoric and modern sex is the role of choice and consent. In the past, sex was primarily driven by instinct and the need to reproduce, and there was little room for the nuanced mutual consent that defines modern relationships. Today, consent is the cornerstone of any healthy sexual relationship. People have more agency than ever before in choosing their partners and how they engage sexually, a far cry from the survival-based, instinct-driven actions of our prehistoric ancestors. Despite all the ways that modern society has transformed sex, some deep-rooted instincts remain. We still feel the drive to connect intimately with others, to form bonds, and to secure our place in the world through the act of reproduction. But in today's world, we also have the ability to choose partners based on emotional connection, shared values, and mutual respect. This shift from survival-based sex to love-based sex has drastically reshaped human relationships, allowing us to explore deeper emotional and physical connections than ever before. At the end of the day, while sex has evolved from a primal survival mechanism to a deeply emotional and personal experience, the underlying drive remains the same: a need for connection, intimacy, and the continuation of the species. Whether in the dim light of a prehistoric cave or in the comfort of a modern bedroom, sex continues to be a fundamental part of what it means to be human. But how we experience it has changed and will continue to evolve as we navigate the complexities of modern life and relationships.